Where you're going to go with your daughter?
Yeah, gonna go see the Foo Fighters.
Dude, you're going to be freaking done. Everybody's going to say, y'all are late again. It's our MO, man. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Magic Johnson and his comments.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
gotta get into this, man. Gotta get into this.
you get into it.
I am now in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, day 4 of my diet.
Oh, God. And it's
Day
all going to
4.
go out the window on Thursday when we go out to eat lunch.
Nope, not gonna happen.
What are you going to eat?
Not
A
gonna
salad?
happen. No, man, just no rice, no potatoes. It's the devil.
The question is, where are we going to go eat?
We can go wherever. I'll find something.
Sazone?
That's fine with me.
I like Sazone. It's a nice place.
What up, everybody in the chat? Gotta
Good
wake up,
morning.
dude. I gotta wake up.
Midtown, Texas.
I gotta wake up.
Tim Gonzalez, what good? Joe and Mike, what's up? What's up? Chris Gonzalez, what's up? Oh, he says, guess what?
Oh, quit with the it's gonna be May thing. Oh, Chris, no. It is May 1st. Didn't realize that.
How about that Knicks Sixers game?
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's going on, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the beautiful Alamo City, home of the Riverwalk and home of the UTSA Roadrunners. I was at a UTSA baseball game yesterday as they took on the Texas State Bobcats. My name's Mike Jimenez. Joe Garcia is today's producer. Joe, what's going on, my man? How you doing today?
Doing good, man. You know, I'm even better now that I finally got the chat to work the way I want.
Nice.
So the comments won't disappear. They'll stay there, and as we get new ones, they start feeding in. But we got a lot to get into today. We got everything from NBA talk,
Yeah.
a little bit of Spurs talk. We got the NBA draft lottery coming up here. It's about 11 days away
It
now.
is, and I was noticing yesterday when I was watching the NBA playoffs and seeing what teams are still remaining, they all have a common denominator.
Oh, what is
They
that?
all have a good point guard. Not only a good point guard, they all have great point guards. And all of this nonsense that we've been hearing for the past year and a half from Spurs fans on Spurs Twitter about positionless basketball. Point guards don't matter. Jeremy Sohan can be point guard. Look who's left in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
So we're going to break that down.
we got the Spurs, though, man. What did they say? We like the team we have.
like the team we got, man. We like the team we got. We're going to get into a big signing in the NFL. Travis Kelce is the highest paid tight end now in the NFL. Also, it appears as though he gave his girlfriend Taylor Swift the ick the other day.
No.
Taylor Swift gave him the side eye, like, what the hell are you doing? Is she getting tired of the guy?
Maybe.
Maybe we'll dive into that in a little bit.
Isn't that the Taylor thing, though? You go ahead and have the little fling, and then it fizzles out.
It fizzles out, but I think they're still going strong. I just think that she needs to rein him in a little bit.
No, you know what it is, Mike. It's the honeymoon phase is starting to die down.
That's it.
Now she's starting to get annoyed by the dude.
That is it, man. That is it. You can take part in the show if you want to be part of our YouTube stream. Lots of people already in the chats. We have Charlie Hernandez. We got Chris M., Sith, Jonathan C., all in the house already. Thank you for being part of this show, and thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you also for tipping the dealer, if you will, because we accept tips around here. You can buy us a coffee. Keeps the show going, keeps the show active. But, last night I was at the UTSA Texas State baseball game. And a couple of things about that. First of all, I had never been to a UTSA baseball game before.
Really?
But I had a couple of friends who wanted to go, and they invited me to go. And I was the first one to show up. So I get there.
God.
I was the first one of my friends to get there.
That means you got to buy drinks first?
Yes. Well, I didn't realize that there is a nice track and like a walking facility that they have there at UTSA campus. So I got out there and I did a 2.5 mile walk while I was there waiting for my friends to show up. And I was reaching out to a friend of mine, my friend Monica, and I was showing her photos of the track and the soccer fields and all that they have going on over there. And I don't know if it's open to the public or not, but I'm alumni. So if they give me crap, I'm like,
hey, I can go down there. I'm paying for my daughter's tuition.
Exactly. So that being said, I'm walking around having a great old time. And my friend Monica asked me the question, what are you doing there, though? Like, what's going on? I said, well, UTSA baseball is about to play Texas State, and we wanted to watch the game. And she says, Michael, I didn't even realize they had baseball.
Yeah.
On top of that, people reached out to me because as I was posting this on Twitter, photos of the game, they were like, is this on campus? Do they have a baseball field on campus? So keep in mind, the big dog when it comes to UTSA sports is football, right?
Football.
They play at the Alamo Dome. They get between 17 and 25,000 fans per game. Sometimes it jumps over 30 if a big name comes in. But
still not loud enough for Michael
Still
Jimenez.
not loud enough for me. You go to this, but understand, why is it so big that they play football there? Well, first of all, they're part of the AAC, the American Athletic Conference.
Yeah.
But not only is it the football team, but it's the basketball team and the baseball team. The basketball team plays at the Convocation Center at UTSA, which is
ancient.
Yeah. It's a dump. And it was old when I was there, and I graduated in 2001.
When was it built?
Dude, this thing probably was built in the 70s, man. It is bad. Old. But then you go to the baseball field. The baseball field is a death trap. Okay? Picture this. When I go watch baseball games, I go to watch the Wolf Stadium, go watch the Missions go play, right?
Yeah. Well, things have gotten better there now. They have the net and everything. It's great. You know?
But you cannot get hit with a foul ball unless you're sitting somewhere behind the outfield, third base line, first base line.
Way out there by the sign,
Because they have tall netting all the way through. Dude, the netting over at the UTSA baseball game is worse than a Little League park. It only extends maybe 50 feet. I mean, the netting is non-existent. And there's no stands out there. There's probably stands out there that's like a Little League park of about, I guess it could seat maybe 600 people. Maybe 600 seats. Everyone else brings their lawn chairs or sits in the grass along the first base or third base side. And it's very intimate. It has the feelings of a really good Little League game.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is AAC baseball. This is a UTSA Roadrunner baseball team that is currently in second place in that conference right now. This is a UTSA baseball team that just 2 weeks ago played Texas A&M, who's the number one team, the unanimous number one team in college baseball, went to Kyle Field and lost 6-5. This is a good baseball team that might make a run at the College World Series.
But they're
might
in the
make
shadow
the tournament
of the UTSA nice facility that they have there.
Right, because UTSA plays in the Alamo Dome, which seats 60,000 people. The Convocation Center, which, like you said, is ancient. Perfect word to describe it. But the baseball field, dude.
Small.
I go to Northwest Little League to watch my kid play.
They have one around the corner right here.
Yeah. It's a high school stadium, dude. It's a high school stadium, essentially. Dude, when I go to Paul Taylor Fieldhouse, 410 Culebra to go watch games over there, it has the same vibe.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say that facility is better than UTSA's baseball facility.
The one that's around the corner is better.
Yeah. How is UTSA getting all these good players, though? Because, again, UTSA has a good baseball team.
They got a good team, man. But the thing is that all the love and all the money is being pumped into the football program right now, and it doesn't seem like enough is trickling down to the other programs. I mean, some of this, like the field itself, it needs an update. You know, it's old, just like the Convocation Center. But all the money is being put into the facilities for UTSA as far as the athletic programs and all that for the football team. Because you've seen the nice new building they have out there where they work out and rehab and whatnot. But it doesn't seem like nothing else gets the same love.
It's not like UTSA has to pump a lot of money into the Alamo Dome because that's city and county
it's
owned.
leased. You know
that's the thing. But last night they took on Texas State, was down 5-0 in the second inning, came back to win 11-9. A grand slam, got it going midway through the game. UTSA with the victory yesterday, and again they're in second place right now. And if you take a look at the standings right now, think about that, man. They are new to this conference, and they're doing well right now. And this is, this isn't Big 12. This isn't, what was the Pac-12 or the Big 10, but still, it's pretty damn good. Right now, UTSA in second place. I'm thinking about it, and I think I want to go watch this even more. UTSA with a 12-6 record in conference, 26-18 overall. The only team that is above them right now is East Carolina.
Let me ask a question. What was the price of admission?
$10 if you paid by card, $7 with cash.
It's not bad.
Hot dogs were about $5. Beers were about $5 or $6. It was a cheap night.
Yeah.
It was a cheap night. I got a bottle of water for $3. I mean, come on. You go to the UTSA football game.
Jeez.
A bottle of water is like $9, right?
A beer, cheap beer's like what, $15?
Chris Gonzalez, which is out and says, and don't forget UTSA baseball back in March was whooping up on some ACC ass out there. But I mean, they played Texas A&M and almost took them out, man. Almost took them out in Kyle Field in that area. 6-5 they lost. It's a good team, dude. It's a good team. Gotta tell you. Got to support the Roadrunners. The Roadrunners will play again here in San Antonio the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of May, taking on Wichita State. They also host a 3-game homestand the 10th, 11th, and 12th against South Florida. Then they have a home game against Incarnate Word. Then they go on the road to end the regular season at Florida Atlantic. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
Man.
They beat Baylor. I'm looking at their schedule. They beat Baylor 9-7. They're beating good teams.
Well, shout out to UTSA baseball, man.
That's right, baby.
Maybe we should get behind that more, too, instead of just shining the light just on UTSA football. I wonder if we could get maybe one of the guys there that's playing to kind of get an interview.
Paul Cantu reached out and saying, did I get my Jeff Curry tickets after all? I did, man. Thank you so much for the promo code. Had no idea, man, because Jeff Curry is one of my favorite comedians. And he's really big on Facebook, on the Reels and TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff. He's going to be performing at the Tobin Center in October. Paul reached out to me. Actually, he posted the fact that he got tickets. So I went on to the Tobin Center to try to buy them, but they weren't available that day. He had to have like some sort of promo code.
Yeah.
I went in there, got 4 tickets. Who am I going with? I don't know. I just got 4 tickets. Just bought them. I'm just buying stuff, dude. I am now newly single. I got nothing to do.
Let's
go travel. I was in New Orleans last weekend watching the Killers.
Going back.
Now I'm going back on Friday. Going to be back at Jazz Fest in New Orleans on Friday.
How drunk are we talking this weekend?
Dude, I'm not, man. I'm back being healthy again, man. I had this conversation with my family the other day that if I want to stay on my diet, I got to stay away from my family when it comes to eating.
Oh, man.
Dude, seriously.
No tortillas. None of that rice.
You know what? No, it's all the devil, dude. It's all the devil. Getting back in it, dude. I'm slimming down again, dude. The elevator's going down right now. My weight's going down. It's getting back to where it should be. And it's difficult, man, because sometimes when you're with family, they want to go have big meals. And, I can't do that all the time. I went out to eat the other day, and I literally felt like I was going to throw up.
Oh, God.
Because we ate so much in New Orleans.
You gotta stop it, bro. You got to hit the pause button.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that not every meal needs to be 2,000 calories, dude. And you can go to a Mexican restaurant and have something relatively low carb. I'm not doing no carb because I know that Mike Baez from Bear County Social Apparel has been doing keto for the longest time. I could never do it. I did keto a couple of years ago for about a month.
Man. That's discipline.
That's a discipline I don't have. So basically what I'm doing is having carbs for morning and then lunch and dinner. Try to avoid as much as possible.
Hey, man, we need that spread that they had at that Spurs game we went that one time.
They had the salmon.
The chef prepared meals. I was like, damn, dude, this is fancy.
It was fancy. It was pretty good, man. Pretty good. Speaking of the Spurs, big decisions to make this offseason. Magic Johnson, we saw this article from Jeff Garcia on Kens5.com. He's also the host of Locked On Spurs. I was on yesterday. Go back and watch that on YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to share that right now, too. I just pulled it up. So there we go.
Yeah, so he had an article yesterday about Magic Johnson. So Magic Johnson, to me, is one of the 10 greatest players in the NBA. Obviously, Magic Johnson is deep within the Lakers organization. It's one of their all-time greats. But beyond all that, I think he sees what everyone else sees when it comes to the Lakers, is that they're an old team. LeBron James, as great as he is, and he's probably going to opt into his deal again, has a player option.
I don't know. They were saying he might opt out.
Dude, it's L.A., dude. $54 million, it's L.A. He's not going to go to a small market. He's just not.
It's probably going to be the last.
He will talk about it and say it just to get publicity. He won't do it. So $54 million to opt into that deal. Anthony Davis, not as old, but his knees are. His feet
glass
are.
man.
I mean, he's always hurt.
Always.
And Magic Johnson had a quote, well, actually it was a tweet, where he was talking about the fact that everybody in the West is young.
Yeah.
That the Denver Nuggets are young, that the good teams that are coming around, Oklahoma City, young team. And he goes, the elephant in the room is San Antonio with Victor Wembanyama. He's obviously very young, just 20 years old. And that the Lakers need to do something. But what can they do? You can't get younger and keep LeBron.
Well, here's the thing, the mixed message here that I'm getting. You know, he's saying all the good teams in the West are young and talented. The Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, and the Mavs. There's no lies detected in that. The biggest elephant in the room is the Spurs, who with Victor Wembanyama will definitely be a playoff team next season. What the hell's he smoking?
Exactly. The Spurs are not a playoff team as we stand right now. If the Spurs don't make any big moves, and we trot out there a starting lineup of Victor Wembanyama with Trey Jones, with Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and Julian Champagnie.
You got Keldon as a sixth man.
And Keldon as a sixth man. If we trot that team out there, we got 30 wins tops.
Maybe.
They need to have an infusion of talent. And we talked earlier this year about how the Spurs, and I called it Pop's most notorious, if you will, Pop's most egocentric move of going out there and starting Jeremy Sohan as point guard. And all I saw this past year was, well, we need to have Jeremy Sohan to go out there because he can play point forward, right? It's about positionless basketball, Jimenez. Point guards are not a thing anymore. There's no such thing as a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, power forward, and center. I heard this crap all freaking year long. And I kept looking, and everyone was there. It was like, that's right, man. That's just the way that it is. Look at the Nuggets. They got Jokic bringing the ball up. Look at Giannis. We can maybe have Wemby bring the ball up. Like 7'5" people are supposed to bring the ball up, right? 7'4". I heard this crap all year long, and it needs to freaking stop, man.
What do all the good teams in the playoffs right now in the West haven't
well,
come
let's take a look. Let's take a look at last night. 86 points combined by Tyrese Maxey and Jalen Brunson. Right? What positions does Maxey play again?
Point guard.
Point guard. Brunson, point guard. Right? Sixers beat the Knicks 112-106. Surprised them in Madison Square Garden to stretch this to a 6th game. Then you take a look over at the Cavaliers, who won last night. Right? They got a good point guard.
Midtown Texas. I like it when Mike raises his voice.
You got
Is he intimidating?
You got Darius Garland there as the point guard. He's an all-star, right? You go to the Pacers and Bucks. So who do the Pacers have? Tyrese Halliburton, who might be one of the 3 or 4 best point guards in the league. Oklahoma City with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's going to be runner-up for MVP this year. What are y'all talking about that point guards don't matter? That it's all about positionless basketball. That is the stupidest take that people have been making on Spurs Twitter all year long, and I'm going to call every single one of those MFers out this year. I'm going to keep receipts, man.
Look at Chris Gonzalez's comment. This one has me dying, dude. Having Jeremy playing point guard is like having Ben DiNucci at quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah, Jamal Murray is meaningless to the Denver Nuggets, right? Because they have, Nikola Jokic out there. Dude, I mean, Russell's playing well for the Lakers right now. Point guards matter, dude. They matter in basketball. The elite teams have it. It's like in football, you need a running game and a strong defense and a competent quarterback, right?
Yeah.
In the NBA, you need a superstar and a very good point guard to make noise.
And you need some bucket getters, man. People can shoot the ball.
The Spurs have 5 championship rings, right? 4 of them were won with Tony Parker as point guard. 4 of them, right? So you're telling me that Tim Duncan, as great as he was, if he did not have a Hall of Fame point guard with him, he wasn't going to get 5 rings.
And you can go back and look at the highlights to see just how good Tony was, and he was Underappreciated.
Good God, man. It's so stupid. So stupid. Oh, and the Mavericks, by the way, they have kind of like 2 point guards. Kyrie and Luka Doncic. I mean, they're both combo guards, but they have the point mentality.
Man, but Kyrie, dude, he has like the best handles in the league right now, man. That guy can dribble the shit out of the ball.
Dude, let's get this whole positionless basketball nonsense out. You need a floor general.
Oh, no, you can't say that, man, because Spurs Twitter, it'll stand on that hill and tell you.
We need 5 guys who are 6'7".
Trey Jones is that guy, dude.
Yeah, so then that goes into the Trey Jones talk. You know, it's funny because I was talking to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. I was his guest on Locked On Spurs yesterday. You can watch that episode on YouTube or check it out on Spotify or go follow Jeff Garcia at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. And he was like, well, who was the most improved player? I was like, well, the most improved player to me last year was probably Trey Jones.
I like that other comment.
But it doesn't mean that I want him as my starting point guard.
What did that one listener say yesterday? Who was the most improved player? None of them.
none of the above. Eshawn reaches out and says, the Sohan experiment should have never happened. Totally messed up his element until he got back into his element. Weird thing is that he shot better as a point guard than he did as a forward. Tex-Mex Frank coming at us with a $5 super chat says, Buenos dias, gentlemen. Names for the podcast listeners, Alamo City alumni or Los Hermanos de Edgar?
The Edgars.
You know what? I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
Oh, God.
Really?
No,
Are we going to call ourselves the Edgars?
No, bro. No. Matt Lerma, no, bro. He says Trey Jones is the GOAT.
Yeah.
I know he's playing.
Matt Lerma, I'm calling you out, my man. You were positionless basketball. Eric Salinas was the one that was captain of that train.
Oh, yeah.
But on Spurs Twitter. But it's funny, man, because the cream of the crop right now, what's rising to the top is point guard play. And it doesn't matter if it's, somebody who's a shooting point guard or a passing point guard first. The fact of the matter is that Oklahoma City is good because of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah.
The Mavericks are good because of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving because they have the handles. The other teams like Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana's not going to advance into the second round of the playoffs without a Tyrese Halliburton. Trey Jones could not. Dude, let me ask you this question. Could Trey Jones have led any of these teams into the playoffs? Maybe. But could he even led them to the second round? No. Trey Jones is a good backup point guard.
God,
is what
man,
he is.
Jonathan C. Trey
Jones is the GOAT of the local YMCA.
God. You know what? Shout out, though, to Matt Lerma and our boy Elias, bro. They just released a new podcast that's premiering today, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and show that. Go ahead and give them some love, Check them out. Check them out. They're going to be on YouTube, and I know that Matt already posted this on his own personal Twitter.
I followed as well.
Yeah,
I followed as well. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I was actually excited to see that. I really was. The NBA Draft Lottery is Sunday, May 12th. We're going to figure out. I'm going to have to go back to the Rue Pub because that's where I was when the Spurs won the Draft Lottery last year.
Will lightning strike twice?
Yeah. I'll wear the same clothes. I have the same Spurs shirt.
Oh, no.
I bought that shirt at Academy Sports. Should I buy a new shirt or wear the old shirt to that?
You got to wear the old one. It's still got that juju in it,
I'll
dude.
put a poll on Twitter on that one as well.
Who are you with, too? You got to recreate that. You were with Pledge.
I was with Pledger and Minix and Rob Thompson.
Yeah. There you go.
And Spence.
Oh, there you go.
Spence is in Denver now, so maybe not anymore. NBA Draft Lottery, again, is going to be May 12th. We're going to figure out, do the Spurs have the number 1 pick? Are we going to have the number 8 or 9 pick?
Or are you going to have Toronto's pick?
Are we going to have Toronto's pick? The mock drafts are going to be coming in furiously right now because it all depends. And really this year, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder when it comes to it all. In fact, just 30 minutes ago, another mock draft was dropped by NBA.com. And it's talking about like who would go number 1 overall, who would go number 2 overall. I'm not going to focus on theirs. I'm going to focus on NBA DraftNet. I like what they do. They believe that Zachary Rissarche, small forward out of France, would go number 1 overall if Detroit had it. And if Washington was at number 2, I do not believe this, though. Cody Williams at 2. That seems kind of high. A lot of the mocks out there have him going around 8 to 10. But again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. His brother's a stud for Oklahoma City. Maybe, just maybe. The name that keeps getting thrown around right now is Dalton Connect out of Tennessee. The shooting guard, small forward, 6'6". He played all 4 seasons in college. He'll be 23 years old as a rookie. Dalton Connect, I swear, if the Spurs draft Dalton Connect, Spurs Twitter is going to melt down. Not that he's a bad player. It's just at 3 or 4 would be a reach. Reed Shepard going number 4. Dude, if the Spurs got Alexander Sarr at number 5, which is what NBA DraftNet says.
That's what a lot of Spurs fans want.
Yeah. Got names like Rob Dillingham out there, Ron Holland. Ron Holland, an underachieving guy with 5-star talent.
But look at what the Spurs did when they, they had a pick, right, a couple years ago. And what did they do? They draft Josh Primo.
Yeah, and no one had him on the board. We read months worth of mock drafts, and Josh Primo was projected to be a second rounder. And where's he at now, by the way?
He ain't even playing in the league.
Not
He's
even
out.
in the league. I know he got picked up by the Clippers.
He got released, dude. They let him go.
He made $2 million, dude.
Sitting on the bench.
Spurs were paying him this year. He was still on the Spurs payroll this year. He made his money. He's probably out.
Shanghai Sharks.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. But again, the NBA draft lottery is in 11 days. Part of me is like, you know what? Maybe it's a good idea if the Spurs didn't get Toronto's pick, so that we can get a better pick potentially in 2025 in a stronger draft.
You want him to be that bad next year?
It's not like any of these guys are A, going to play, or B, matter. Pop isn't going to play any of these guys. They're going to give them the Malachi Branham treatment, set them at the end of the bench, or send them to Austin. That's what they're going to do.
Austin Spurs.
Yeah. Spurs are really are right now primed for a 30-win season. That's all that they've got in them.
And we got the tape, though. We're going to come back and look at it. If they get 31, we're going to be like, well,
31, close enough. But the idea that Magic Johnson is there saying that it's going to be a playoff team. Dude, you had to win 46 games to be in the playoffs this year. To be in the play-in, 46 games. Spurs aren't a 46-win team.
Yeah. Look at what Isan once saying, that Primo was in the same draft as
Sengun.
Mm-hmm.
Alperen Sengun. Jalen Williams was drafted in the same one that Sohan, if I'm not mistaken. And then he also had Tyrese Halliburton was drafted after Devin Vassell.
Look at JHNSB. 30 is B, nice. Marbach, nice.
Marbach, nice.
That's what the Spurs are going to be next year. Marbach, nice.
Yeah. So people were out, dissing Shams Charania of The Athletic.
Lord.
Because Shams was out there saying...
off season for guys.
Okay. You have this out. Okay.
Yeah,
Shams Charania was out there talking about the Spurs and what could possibly happen this offseason. Let's hear what Shams had to say.
Yeah, I'll bring that up now. Here we go.
Go to, or what are you hearing around, the Spurs and interest in Wembanyama and Popovich?
Wembanyama.
Well, there's a ton of interest in a lot of players in every part of the league in terms of playing potentially with Victor Wembanyama. He is a one-of-one player. He already showed in year one. This guy's going to win Rookie of the Year, and he was a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year all in his first season. Next season, All-Star, All-NBA. Those are all things I'm sure that are going to be very, very attainable for Victor Wembanyama. And with the Spurs now, they're going to be in play. They're going to be rumored. They're going to be talked about with legitimately every top-flight point guard that we're going to see potentially on the marketplace. They called last year during this season, expressed interest in DeJounte Murray. So we already know there's at least some level of interest in seeing what type of all-star caliber point guard can they bring in there. And so if we don't know yet, will the Hawks be open? Are they open for business on Trae Young? Does Trae Young, what is his future there? But if a guy like that is available, they're going to express a level of interest. They're going to express a level of interest in any really top-flight guard in the league. And Victor Wembanyama, what he showed this year, he made it clear his timeline to winning starts now, and he is very capable. He's very ready to make that happen.
I love that. He's alien, and I like that he's embraced that too.
See, that's Sean Charania from The Athletic. He was on ESPN's Pat McAfee show yesterday talking about Wemby and the likelihood or the potential of the Spurs going after a star guard of some sort, whether it be a point guard or a shooting guard. A lot of people were clowning on him. Spurs Twitter clowned on him because they're like, well, what does he know? He didn't name names. That's not how it works, dude. the insiders like Shams, like Brian Windhorst, who, by the way, had said the same thing the day before.
You're going to do that?
They may not live in San Antonio, but they know more than KSAT, KENS, WAI, and KBB combined. They know more than all of them combined, including the San Antonio Express News, The Current, and any show or podcast involving the Spurs.
They don't know more
They
than
know more.
Jefe. Come on.
They know more than all of them combined. Why? Because they have access to agents. They have access to their people.
And what do they have in common? They pay for their information.
Could be.
You know? Come on. People aren't going to just feed you information for free.
Could be. But the fact of the matter is that they have insiders. Adam Schefter knows everything about all the 32 teams in the NFL, right? Does he live in Houston? Nobody. He knows a lot about the Houston Texans. Does he live in Dallas? Nobody knows a lot about the Dallas Cowboys. These guys, there's certain people that I trust when it comes to it. I don't trust Stephen A. Smith when it comes to this.
Man.
I don't trust Jason Whitlock
Kendrick Perkins.
or Kendrick Perkins or Skip Bayless. No, those are talking heads, right?
Yeah.
But Shams, Woj, Brian Windhorst, I trust those guys.
Yeah.
So if they're saying that the Spurs might show interest in there, because what did Windhorst do? He was like, they said, well, Pat McAfee was like, well, what about Trae Young? And he goes, that's an interesting name. And he smirked.
Yeah.
What is he saying? Yeah, there's something behind the scenes going on. Does it mean it's going to land? No. Because you might have the Hawks say that they want 5 first-rounders.
And they're going to want Devin. They're going to want
They're
Kelvin.
going to want whatever. And it might be too rich of a price.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that it's not going on. That's not saying it's going to go on.
Jonathan C. Richard Jefferson has the ear of an elf. He kind of does have weird ears, bro. He does.
He's funny on social media, dude.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And he likes it when people rag on him.
Oh, he's
Like-
like the villain, dude.
He has that.
Yeah.
He has that. I'll be like someone was talking crap about Richard Jefferson, and he caught a stray, and he goes, "What am I doing?" Like he was given the idea of like I haven't even talked to this guy in forever. Mario Cavasso says if the Spurs bring back DeJounte, I'm gonna think it's Jerry Jones making the decisions for the Spurs.
God.
Like bringing Zeke back. Zeke is washed. Okay, DeJounte Murray's a good player.
He's a battering ram, dude. You need that 1 or 2 yards. Just get my boy in there.
He's gonna have 12 carries for the year for 12 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Zeke Elliott,
12 yards.
RB1, RB1.
12 yards. Hey, but he does block pretty good, so maybe he can block for Dak as he's trying to scramble for his
Yeah.
life.
Now Mario says it's in their DNA to make crap up as well.
It is.
You know what? Just because something doesn't happen doesn't mean that it didn't
was-
have truth to it.
Yeah, like it wasn't talked about behind the scenes, like they weren't, like talking with one another, seeing if a deal could get done.
I would assume that for every trade that is made, there's probably 10 different offers being done.
Oh yeah, they teams, NBA teams are always talking with one another, gaining interest. What can we do? But it doesn't mean that every conversation is out there,
Right.
You know.
And it's also about your trade partners. The Spurs for many years had good trade partners with Indiana. That's how we got Kawhi Leonard. Right now, I'd say the best trade partners for the Spurs most recently have been Toronto, the Celtics, and the Nets, because the Spurs have had front office types, the Sean Marks of the world, over there. Ime Udoka when he was with Boston, now with Houston. That is how it works. It's all about relationships. There are going to be some people out there who don't like the Spurs, who don't like R.C. Buford, who don't like Greg Popovich. There's certain teams out there who are going to be like, I'm not going to let the Spurs be better because we have a history against them, right? And there's going to be certain players out there who don't want to play for the Spurs either. I was watching a TikTok the other day, and I don't know if it was a new one or not, but it was Vernon Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Vernon Maxwell was talking about, I want to say it was Vernon Maxwell. Is that, let me see, what years did he play?
Vernon Maxwell, he played for, I think it was the Houston Rockets for a number of years, and then I believe he came here for the Spurs for a season or so.
Right. There was, I want to say it was Vernon Maxwell, but he was talking about playing in San Antonio and how it's, I don't want to, you know what, it probably wasn't Vernon now that I think about it, but it was a former player who was talking about the fact that it was difficult to play in San Antonio because he didn't like it here. He didn't like being around Pop. He didn't like the rules around it. that there were certain rules against. Okay, so Samson is saying he had 2 stints with the Spurs. Okay, so it was Vernon Maxwell. So it wasn't after he was drafted. He was drafted by the Spurs, played a couple of seasons, went to the Rockets, and then played for the Spurs again. But long story short, he didn't want to play under Pop's rules.
Yeah,
he was like, I can't go to nightclubs. I can't be out after midnight. I can't do this.
Yeah,
think about all the rules that Pop instills right now, right? I mean, you saw Danny Green leave and start a podcast. Why wasn't he doing that in San Antonio?
Wouldn't let him,
right? So when you hear all the athletic going out there and surveying all the players out there, and who was the number 2 player that players said that they wish they could play for one day? Greg Popovich, right? But why aren't they here?
Yeah.
Those rules, baby.
Look at
it is those rules.
Mario Cavasso says Vernon Maxwell, Pop traded his ass to Houston.
That's true. And in fact, Vernon Maxwell was excited about it. He goes, I get to leave? I get to leave? Sis saying that he sounds like the rules my wife has for me. Can't go to clubs. Can't be out after midnight.
Sith got caught, dude. He got caught. It was funny because he was putting something out on the X earlier.
Yeah.
And he tried to sneak in a Yeti mug or a Yeti bag, right?
To where?
You know, like the cooling bags.
Yeah.
Yeti bag, to keep your stuff cold.
But where was he trying to sneak it into?
Oh, he was buying it, right? He was buying some stuff, and the wife found out he got that Yeti bag. And
okay.
She's like, no wonder you're trying to sweet talk me. I'm taking the bag.
And if you don't watch it, she'll take the bag when it comes to it all.
Dude.
But, Chris Gonzalez is down saying that's what Blake Griffin said about Pop. Dude, the year's 2024. The year's 2024. Am I going to have to go on a Pop rant?
Oh, God, not again. Another one.
I don't want to do it today, dude. I don't want to do it because I'll just start yelling and raising my voice. But his style of coaching is about 10 years gone. It's not relevant anymore. The Spurs are not going to be a good team with him as the head coach. And the idea of, well, he has 5 rings, but he also has 5 losing seasons in a row. And if number 6 and 7 happen with Wemby there for the first 3 years, what's the excuse then? He'll always have 5 rings. We're going to be okay with him being 83 years old doing this shit? No. Damn it. I cussed for the first time in 2 weeks.
Dollar.
Dude, that's how pissed off I get about Pop being coach. Is that I told myself I was going to stop cursing on this thing. I started talking about it for about 3 seconds, and I'm already dropping F-bombs.
Because your blood pressure gone up.
My blood pressure goes up because I know that he's the problem. He's the problem. God. Good God. David Otwater reaching out saying players are built different. Spurs have to conform, as he says.
You know who would have been a great successor to Pop?
Becky Hammond?
No. Coach Spo, dude, with the Heat.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't going to leave Miami because why would you leave Miami and South Beach? And
he has more talent.
And he was married to a Heat cheerleader for so long.
Yeah.
For San Antonio, and as Charles Barkley says, are big women. Why? There's nothing here to do, man.
Hey, man, he could go to Galveston.
And I know Dan Lebitard was giving crap to San Antonio, but he was telling the truth. And I know Mike Taylor went out there to try to defend our city's honor. Come on, man. Come on, dude.
There's things to do
There's
here,
nothing
dude.
to do here.
No.
You need to have a certain personality to live here, dude. You really do. You need to have I'm married and don't want to go and don't want to have you need to be married and not have an entourage to play for the Spurs. And that limits people in you need to have international players essentially because they're not going to have entourages.
Look
here.
at Matt Lerma. Your Pop takes are like 7 years out of date too, Mike.
Scoreboard, dude. Matt, let me ask you a question. How many losing seasons in a row are you going to be okay with? Because we're at 5, and it's been 10 years. It's been 7 years, 7 seasons since they made the playoffs and had a playoff series victory. Yeah. You can't just be saying, but it's Pop, but it's Pop, but it's Pop. You can't just say that anymore. That's not an answer. The evidence is there. They were 22-60, followed by 22-60. Yeah, the evidence is there.
The last time the Spurs were in the playoffs, I think there was LaMarcus Aldridge was on the roster, and it was a first-round exit. And I remember going to that game because I went with my oldest son, and we were just enjoying the game, and we're like, hey, this is going to probably be the end of Manu and everybody else. They're going to decide to probably hang it up here already. And sure enough, man, but it was nice to at least experience the last hurrah, the last gasp.
Yeah.
And then that was all she wrote. And after that, it was just Shitsville.
John C. saying replace Pop with Brett Brown. Brown's been with the Spurs for the past couple of years, was the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers for a while. Assistant coach for the Spurs, 99, 03, 05, 07. So he's part of the Pop coaching tree. He is, I mean, come on, man. We'd go from a 75-year-old coach to a 64-year-old coach if that was the case.
Yeah. Sam Salinas says he was watching that Miami game and the thought occurred to him that maybe Spoel's time in Miami is up. Then he thought about him coming here to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. I think everybody would think about it, but he's locked in.
No one's coming, dude.
No, I'm saying they think about it, but he's not leaving, dude. He's going to stay in Miami.
JHNSB says replace Pop if you want. Collins and Sohan, the basketball terrorists, are still on this team.
Oh, God.
Wow,
Collins is
basketball terrorists.
Booty crumbs, man.
D'Lo reaches out and says, I wish Udoka could have stayed and become the successor. No chance
man.
now with the scandal. I don't understand why the scandal matters. We had Tony Parker on this team.
Jeez, bro.
What Tony Parker was doing with Brent Barry's wife back in the day was scandalous enough.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Ime Udoka. I mean, think about all the good coaches that have gone away from San Antonio that could have been a successor.
Yeah, but the thing with Ume is that it came out, right, because in today's time. But how much of this crap was actually going on at any given time in the NBA back in the day?
Why is my blood pressure up?
I mean,
Why is my blood pressure up?
I wouldn't say no to Ume. Bring him back.
Hey, who's Bill Belichick, the head coach of right now in the NFL?
No one.
No one.
They don't even want him.
Doesn't that say? And who has Greg Popovich been compared to in the NFL? Bill Belichick.
You know what was funny?
Because if Greg Popovich was to leave the NBA, Spurs would get rid of him. You know how many job offers he would get?
You know what was funny, though? Somebody had called, I believe it was Robert Kraft, to ask him, what do you think about Belichick? What was the relationship and all that there as coach? And there was another NFL team that was interviewing him, and they're like, he let him know flat out, didn't really care for Belichick, So and Belichick didn't get the job.
It's because they're old, man, and it's old mentality. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, dude. That saying is around for a reason. This is like watching. Oh man, I wasn't even planning on talking about Pop, dude.
No.
But I'm just so tired of watching him coach, man.
Oh,
man. At some point there needs to be accountability, and the idea that Pop can sit there and waste Wemby's rookie season, and it'd be okay with half the Spurs fan base, more than half the Spurs fan base, 2/3 of the fan base saying, "Well, it's okay because in Pop we trust." It is the dumbest, stupidest take I have ever heard in Pop we trust. Because Tim Duncan isn't walking through that door.
Damn.
He isn't. And we don't have a Tony Parker. We might have a Duncan in the sense that we have Wemby, but we don't have a Tony Parker. We have what? An undersized, inconsistent point guard. We got a Devin Vassell, who I like a lot, who's oftentimes injured. We have a super inconsistent power forward in Jeremy Sohan. We have Zach Collins, who has a 2-inch vertical.
Booty crumbs, bro.
We have Julian Champagny starting at small forward on this team. No, man, that is not it. And even if we did get a big star, are we going to allow them to be stars here? I will say this though, Wemby did show some flair this year. Now he has the big promotions for Dolce & Gabbana or whoever he has it with.
No. Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Sorry, my bad. But my God, man.
Look at
we need this team to be in the 21st century.
Look at JH's SNB saying the roster is the issue, then blame the coach.
They're one and the same. I'm not gonna say what Jonathan said, by the way. I'm not gonna say that because someone's gonna clip it.
That's why we put the chat up now, because some of these comments are wild, dude. But you know what? There's something to be, we got to talk about here. Let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. in the NBA, specifically in the playoffs, man, we
Yeah.
had some great games that happened yesterday. And one of the good games that I was watching was that Sixers and Knicks game, dude. That game went into overtime, and the Sixers bested the Knicks, dude. 112 to 106. They're alive still.
Point guard play, man. And the offense that the Sixers had there, because Knick fans invaded that stadium
man.
there in Philadelphia. They went over there, the Wells Fargo Center, and invaded. You saw literally half the crowd were Knick fans out there.
Yeah, Fat Joe was in the crowd too, man.
And they were chanting Embiid sucks. They were chanting MVP for Jalen Brunson in someone else's arena in a playoff game.
Yeah.
So disrespectful.
Hey, it happens here in San Antonio when the Lakers descend on the city.
And for the Sixers to go into New York against a hot team like the Knicks and go, we ain't going to go out like that. Okay? Like Cypress Hill. We ain't going out. We ain't going out like that. We
Yeah.
ain't going out. Yeah, I'm going back to the mid-'90s with that song.
Bro.
No, but they went out there and went into overtime. Maxey is such a good player, dude. And Maxey is a restricted free agent this year. That guy, people are going to have to throw 30, 40 million, 50 million at that guy. And the Sixers are going to do whatever they can to keep him. But when you do that, you have to lose talent elsewhere. Tobias Harris more than likely will be that guy. But it's an exciting series. Joel Embiid has shown that he's kind of a piece of trash, man. He's a dirty player.
Yeah, but he's not 100 though. He shouldn't even be out there.
He's
on the
not
court.
100, but he's dirty, man. Have you seen what he's doing?
He's
forearm
getting
shivers, hitting Brunson in the head.
He's getting frustrated because he's not mobile. He doesn't have no lateral movement right now.
Yeah,
He's just not. He's just a shell of a player. So I mean, he shouldn't be out there, but they want him out there because they want to win so bad.
Future Spur Tobias Harris yesterday with 19 points on 7 of 11 shooting.
Who's he better at than right now on this Spurs roster? Who would you replace him with?
You'd replace Sohan with him,
With Tobias Harris?
or at least Champagny.
Okay.
Plays forward. I mean, you could probably move him into the 3. Tobias Harris, though, 6'8", 226. The guy can shoot. He's a good player. And he's not going to be super duper expensive either. He'll make a decent salary, but he's not going to be super duper expensive. But this is a guy that averaged 17 points per game this year, 35% from 3, 88% from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He's a good player. I mean, he's a solid veteran presence because that's what we need.
There you go. Yeah.
Maxey, though, is so good, man. He is so good. Tonight, playoffs continue in the NBA. We got 2 games. We got the Celtics trying to take out the Heat in Boston, 3 games to 1. And then we have the rubber match between the Clippers and Mavericks. Series tied at 2 apiece. That's the late game. It's funny. Paul George doesn't need Kawhi. They get in each other's way.
Yeah, no, they do, man. That doesn't work. And lo and behold, what happened? They made an announcement. He's injured again. He's not going to play. And Kawhi is just one of these guys that you're paying so much money for. And for what? He's always missing games. And then when you bring him back on the team, when you need him to, really show up the most in the playoffs, the guy goes MIA. Oh, I'm hurt again. I got inflammation in my knee. And while you have guys out there with one leg, like Joel Embiid, dirty player that he is right now, he's still out there playing with this team. Come on, Kawhi.
Let's talk about the NFL. Zeke Elliott is officially back with the Dallas Cowboys. The deal's 1 year, can make up to $3 million. Okay, so they got him on the cheap, man. They got him on the cheap, but it's still kind of funny out there. Other big signing yesterday was Travis Kelce signing a 2-year extension with the Kansas City Chiefs, making him the highest paid tight end in the NFL. Darren Waller was the highest paid at $17 million. Kelsey's going to make a little bit more than $17 million per year.
He's got to make that money because it looks like Taylor getting tired of him.
Yeah, so if you can show my screen real fast, this is a great headline on TMZ. It says Taylor Swift roasts Travis Kelce over catchphrase ... according to Lip Reader. So, if you remember back when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl back in February of this year, on the podium with the Super Bowl trophy, the Lombardi trophy in hand. The game was being played in Vegas.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce does the Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. He did that whole thing. Everyone cheered. And Taylor Swift kind of just rolled her eyes. This past weekend, Travis Kelce is at a Patrick Mahomes charity fundraiser in Las Vegas. There's video of Kelce giving a speech and ending the speech with Viva Las Vegas. Viva like the Elvis impersonation again. And Taylor Swift looks to the side and there's video of her and you could tell what she's saying. She's saying like, not this crap again. And she looked embarrassed.
Yeah.
Honeymoon's over.
Yeah. She's getting tired of his ass. He's doing stuff that's pissing her off now.
So it appeared to say, according to a lip reader, that again, I can't do it. According to an expert lip reader named Jackie Gonzalez, and it's going all over TikTok. I'd be embarrassed too. I'd be embarrassed
look at
too.
this. This comment here from Jonathan C. Is Kawhi a Hall of Famer?
He is.
As much as he's despised here in San Antonio, he
Is.
did help us win a chip.
He won a chip in Toronto as well. Kawhi Leonard is a Hall of Famer. The D'Lo asking the question, if Taylor Swift is a billionaire, who do you all think picks up the check? She does.
Oh, come on, dude. Travis is like, I got it. I got it. Because he wants to keep her.
I like how he improved his home. He had like a decent house that was in a residential neighborhood. But because it was a residential neighborhood and people could just drive up to it when she was there,
Yeah.
he ends up buying this mansion down, a couple of miles away. Changed his life, man.
Oh, look, we got $2 tip from Jonathan C. A tip not to talk Taylor from all of us.
We weren't talking Taylor. We were talking Travis Kelce.
I was embarrassed for him during the Super Bowl. Oh, God. Gilbert Padilla.
Travis Kelce, dude. 2 more years of Travis Kelce. You know what?
Jeez.
Do you know what I respect? He had this streak of 1,000-yard seasons, and he decided on the last game of the season he only needed 1 catch or 14 yards to get that streak going. He was like, nah, man, I'm good. I need to rest.
Yeah.
My body needs to rest. I don't even want to dress up for this game. He didn't dress up, was rested for the playoffs. They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we are going to talk about some NBA breaking news here about NBA on NBC making a return here. They're making a big play, so we'll come back and talk about that after we hear a few words from our boy, Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Again, at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. I'm thinking about it. Why haven't they released the voting for Defensive Player of the Year?
They're still waiting. They're still waiting to go ahead and have the official unveil.
Right.
Because I think it's we're already in we're going to be going into the semifinals, right?
Right.
With some of these other teams
But
that
they're
are still battling,
But
right?
they're delaying it because last year Defensive Player of the Year was named like the 17th or 18th of April. We're now at May 1.
And they still haven't done it.
They had they named the coaching
Yeah.
coach of the year. Oklahoma City's coach was by far the winner. Orlando's coach was number 2. Chris Finch of Minnesota was number 3. Mazzulla of Boston number 4. Daganot, I believe is his name, for Oklahoma City, won it. I'm looking to see all the vote tallies here. Where is Greg Popovich?
Oh, God.
He didn't get 1 vote. Didn't get 1 vote. Just double checking. Just wanted to double check. Dude, what kind of meltdown is San Antonio going to have when Wemby does not get Defensive Player of the Year?
We'll see, man. What happens with him? But, I mean, you're already looking at some of the votes that came in. I think he only had like maybe 3 votes out of the whole lot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was going to be a unanimous decision. it looks like across the board to go ahead and have Rudy Gobert named Defensive Player of the Year.
And it's simply because Gobert is the veteran.
Yeah.
That's simply put, because when the Athletic released their survey of NBA players, and the NBA players, I believe like over 15% said that it was Victor Wembanyama, that was the deal. And I think that if the Athletic had posted that before voting was allowed, Wemby could have won. Because I think the voters would have taken notice of that and said, well, wait a minute, what are we missing here if that's what the players believe?
Yeah. Well, let's get into some of this talk here, because this is something that I saw that's really interesting. And I saw this been hearing rumors about this for a while. So both NBA and Amazon have been wanting to make plays to get in to the NBA basketball realm, right? Mm-hmm. So you see the way things are starting to, I guess, move forward with the streaming now. You know, everybody's going to streaming versus having cable and whatnot, the cord cutters. So NBC is preparing a $2.5 billion package to annually air games and NBA games in an attempt to squeeze out Turner Sports. If this actually goes through, that means that TNT will no longer be home for these NBA games. They'll go ahead and jump ship and go back to NBA, where they can put the NBA on NBC, that amazing jingle.
Wait.
The best.
Is it?
Yeah, that was fire, bro. But the thing is, if they do that, that means that Inside the NBA will be moving from TNT over to NBC now.
Do you know who did the theme song to NBC Sports, NBA basketball?
Who did that?
It was John Tesh, formerly of Entertainment Tonight. He's a keyboardist, he's a musician. Yeah. There's a story that was done of John Tesh where he was talking about creating the song, that it came to his head. He called his answering machine, and he played the answering machine. He called the answering machine and said, "Hey, it's me," talking to himself, and he goes, "I got an idea." He sang it to himself on a answering machine, so that when he got back home from vacation or wherever he was, it was there for him.
Yeah.
By the way, someone reached out and says, "Did I realize that 2 of our baddie bracket finalists?"
I did see that. We're going to talk about that. So we'll go ahead and put that up here on as well. I'm going to bring it up on the screen now. There you go. I had it already ready to go on my
So you're telling
Twitter
me
profile.
that there's going to be a movie with Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas, a thriller named Eden. Okay, first of all, both of them made what? They made the Elite Eight?
Yeah, the high brackets.
So Ana de Armas made the Elite Eight, and we had Sydney Sweeney, who was the runner-up to Salma Hayek. Here's the thing. They're not good actresses. They're not bad actresses. They're just decent. I thought Sydney Sweeney did a fantastic job on Saturday Night Live. Ana de Armas has had a couple of decent roles. I mean, Sydney Sweeney has also been nominated for awards for White Lotus, which was a good show.
Yeah.
But she played a character that didn't seem like it took a lot of effort to play. How much nudity is going to be in this movie? Because both of these ladies get naked in everything that they're in.
I don't know, man.
It's going to be like one of those 80s movies, dude. It's going to be like the 2020s version of Porky's.
God, dude.
Where every guy's going to have a copy of this movie.
You know what's funny? You're just talking about 80s movies. And I asked my wife, because she used to have to watch like these obscure movies, because her and her family would always get the rent the videos and rent the VCRs back in the day from Pop and Go. So one of our listeners had put an old obscure 80s movie. He's like, the 80s were different, bro. And they had this obscure movie called Angel. And it says, high school student by day, escort by night. I'm like, what? What am I watching? That came out here on my Twitter line. And I asked my wife about it right after I got out of work. And I'm like, did you all ever have to watch this movie called Angel? She goes, oh, yeah. They made 3 of them. I'm like, jeez, bro.
Did you watch that's crazy, because
crazy,
it's a different time. And you're mentioning Pop and Go. Pop and Go was most known for having the beaded wall. The beaded door to the nudie section.
Oh, the Nest shows like us. We're always going in there to take a peek. Come on.
So there was a movie that came out in 2022 of Ana de Armas called Deep Water. and it's on Hulu. It's a Hulu exclusive movie. It's with her and Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
This is when the two were dating. Did you ever see that movie?
I never saw that movie.
Okay,
dude.
I've seen it twice. I don't know if it's any good or not. Okay.
You weren't there for the
I just know
plot
that,
line.
I just know that Ana de Armas gets naked like 4 times. Okay?
You're like the plot.
Okay, so the movie is basically about a family. All right, it's a husband, wife, and daughter.
Yeah.
Husband being Ben Affleck, the wife being Ana de Armas, and then they have a little daughter. But the wife didn't want to have a family, so she had a kid. Never wanted the kid. Right? Loves the kid. Never wanted the kid. But at the same time, you know, she was kind of like, why are you domesticating me? You know, I'm not down for the domesticated life. You know, I like to get down with other dudes. So he's being tired. He's getting tired of being a cuckold the entire time.
Yeah.
He's getting tired of his girl going out there and picking up guys in front of him.
Jeez.
This is a very naughty movie, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, but I watch it, I just squirm. Because like she's just doing this crap to Ben Affleck's character, and I'm thinking to myself, A, it's hot, but B, dude, I would never want to be in that position.
And look at this, man. They said, I'm sold on that movie already with Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas. They know what they doing.
They know what they do.
Bro, and then Chris Gonzalez says, I remember Angel. Do you remember King Kong 2? Bro, I don't even remember that movie. I don't think I ever saw King Kong 2. Pop and Go on Highway 90 and Southwest Military, man. If you know, you know.
No, the one that I would go was Fredericksburg Road.
Oh, yeah, they had one there, too. They had one, I believe, on the south
Was
side
it
as
Fredericksburg
well.
or Bandera?
I think it was on Fredericksburg, dude. Oh, no, it was on Bandera, I
Bandera and
believe.
Hillcrest area.
It was on Bandera and Hillcrest. The other one, that parking lot there where they had the Pop and Go, also used to have the Handy Andy back in the day. You wanted to go back to a trip in time, bro. Go to Handy Andy.
What was the movie that was HEB related?
Which one?
They had an HEB. It was like an HEB version of Blockbuster.
Oh, man.
That one was pretty legit.
That was Hollywood Video.
Hollywood Video.
That's what you're talking about.
Dude, okay. Blockbuster was the king, but Hollywood Video was kind of like the side piece.
Yeah.
Like, I liked Hollywood Video. It was pretty decent.
Hollywood Video was good. I used to go back in the day because they had several locations. They had one that was out there on Military where I used to frequent because I grew up on that side of town.
Yeah.
On the south side of town because I had a lot of family. My grandmother and everybody lived over there. So we would always go down there, go to the groceries there because that was the only grocery store near us at the time. We'd go to the HEB out there in Military. And right away, I would go with my mom on Friday because I knew right away after we finished putting the groceries away in the car, she'd be, all right, let's go to the Hollywood Video. So I'd make a beeline over there to try to go and get video games for the weekend and movies and stuff. So, yeah, good times, bro.
Dude, that was a good time. But, you know, there's certain things that we're never that'll never come back. I was talking to my friend's wife the other day about, remember back in the day, hurricane season's about to start.
Yeah, again.
And remember back in the day, Ken's 5 had this thing at McDonald's where it had a stand there where you could get a hurricane tracker.
Oh, yeah, I
and then
remember that.
You could map it. And then you could map they would tell you the coordinates and you'd put it on the map and all that stuff. Dude, it was so morbid because I'm there as an 8-year-old getting excited about, hey, it's going from Cat 3 to Cat 4. Dude.
Not thinking about really what's happening.
Yeah. What's going to be going down. But hurricane season's going to be coming up pretty soon. It's a hot water, dude.
Tex-Mex Franks. That's what we said, dude. He says, y'all tell the truth. Y'all will go to the movie place that had the closet in the back with the Cochino movies. That was Pop and Go, bro.
No, you had to get
They had some other
You had to
ones.
get the 4 movies, but put that one somewhere in the middle. Like, how did that get in there?
Handy Andy, man, those were the days. I'm telling you, dude. Handy Andy was like, that was it, dude.
The only Handy Andy I remember was on the west side. There was one on West Commerce, rather, that we would sometimes go to.
Jeez.
There was I grew up with Kroger. La Fiesta.
Man. Oh, man, La Fiesta, dude. La Fiesta is like, you really want to roll the dice? That meat over there, when you go into the meat section at La Fiesta,
Yeah.
has a certain odor, bro. You know? And if the same thing happens like with the meat markets here as well, like you go in there, I mean, you're gonna go ahead and look and see how fresh is this really, you know?
So I'm taking a look right now at the box office because I saw an article earlier today talking about the fact that there's no good movies this year, and like blockbuster movies. Where the
What are you
blockbuster
talking
movies
about,
go?
man?
In the sense that there's no Oppenheimer, there's no Barbie.
You hated Oppenheimer, dude.
Right, but what I'm saying is that there has yet to. What's been the blockbuster this year? What's been the blockbuster movie this year? We're already halfway through the year.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no Top Gun Maverick. Like, the movies are dead right now. We're gonna get excited about Deadpool and Despicable Me. I mean,
You know what was funny? My wife hated that Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
That the new one that came out. Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. Me and my son loved Godzilla movies. So we saw that as soon as it came out. And for her work yesterday, their treat was going to the Palladium to go watch a movie, right?
yeah.
So she's in there with all these other nurses and stuff, right? They go in to see Godzilla. She's like, damn. She fell asleep, bro. Says like they got their food and everything. They ate, it was like a lunch kind of thing. So they're eating, and then she's with their friend, and she's like dead asleep, and her friend wakes her up. Hey, the movie's over. She's like, would I snore? She's like, no, you good.
You mentioned on Twitter the other day that you go to the movies at Westlakes.
I go to Westlake
but
over here, and I also go to Flicks. I like them
Which
both.
one do you go to more?
That actually depends on the kids sometimes. But if I'm by myself, no lies, if I'm by myself and it's just me and the wife, I go to the Flicks Brew House because I like the food better there and the service. But if the kids are with me, they like going over here to the Santikos Westlakes.
Why?
They like the arcade. We go to the arcade. They like going to the arcade and spending my money.
Dude, brutal, man. Brutal.
There's nothing wrong with the Westlakes Theater, man. It's nice.
The serve yourself your own popcorn, kind of weird.
What's wrong with that, dude? You get to put all the butter and stuff in
Kinda
there.
weird.
Every layer,
Kind of weird.
Mix in some Reese's with the popcorn. That's bad.
Oh yeah, people were talking to me about
Dude.
this last week about how I said that no one buys a pickle at the theater.
Come on,
I
Mike.
can go stand in that line for an hour. Not one pickle is going to be sold. It's the same 12 that have been bobbing up and down for the last 3 years over there. No one buys pickles at the movies, man.
Look at this one. Man, this is funny, dude. Puro Pinche Sports. Make a movie about the fall of A.B. Quintanilla.
Well, dude, it's beyond AB. I don't know if you saw the story a couple of weeks ago about how there was a California brewery that was trying to have a Selena night,
Oh, man.
and the Quintanilla family sent a cease and desist order. Did you see that?
I saw that, dude.
Dude, that family, I'm tired of them. They've been living off her death for 30 years, dude. I get it. She's La Reina. I get it. Her music is I will never talk crap about her music because her music is
Yeah.
actually pretty timeless. But, dude, the Quintanilla family, I'm just done with.
I like this. Look at Super Chat from Midtown, Texas. $1.99 from Midtown, Texas. Special request for Mike to raise his voice again.
Okay. Tell you what, Midtown. Tell you what, Midtown. Give me a topic and I'll raise my voice and
Coach
rant.
Pop. Coach
Give me a
Pop.
topic and I'll rant. Give me a topic.
Oh,
Tim
man.
saying that Jimenez doesn't know about Marbach. Dude.
I got the Regal Pass, $18 a month. I can go unlimited times, man. But the thing is about the Regal, though, man.
You have to go to Regal.
You got to go to the Regal Theater, bro. And that's old. Like the one they have over here, was it
Yeah.
right behind, right on the other side of the highway from Ingram Mall. What's that called?
Yeah.
The Cielo Vista.
Yeah.
Man, that place is old as hell, dude.
Cielo
It's
Vista.
dated, bro. Bad.
All right, Midtown is giving me a topic to rant about for AB. He wants me to rant about AB. AB Quintanilla, listen up, brother. Listen up, man. I am pissed off at you. Am I pissed off because you went on a rant for 12 freaking minutes talking about how the crowd sucked? Yeah, the crowd sucked, okay? And yeah, they didn't pay to be there. And yeah, the crowd sucked. So you had every reason to be pissed off, right? I would hate to be a performer and go out there and no one be excited about it, right? I'd hate to be that. Imagine that, man. Having your band there, you're playing your heart out, and no one's cheering, no one's dancing,
Yeah.
no one's waving. I get that. But the reason why I'm pissed off at you, AB Quintanilla, other than the fact that you've been mooching off your sister's death for 30 years, is the fact that you took down your apology, man. Were you, in fact, having an episode of bipolar issues? Or was it just all just BS? Okay.
You know what?
I am pissed that he took it down.
His set sucked before he even went on
I
the
saw
rant.
that.
You saw the TikTok video.
Dude. I saw
So
that.
you're gonna blame us for your sorry performance? Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
come on, dude.
You already sucked. You know?
Tejano died, didn't it?
Nobody was into the music.
is
they
the-
were dancing a little bit, and then they were like,
Is Tejano dead?
no, bro, it's still going strong, man.
I mean, how faint of a heartbeat does Tejano
No,
have?
it's still strong here. It has a good pulse here in San Antonio.
Give me somebody who's 20 years old that performs Tejano.
I don't know. There, you don't have like Peso
No.
Pluma and all that, but nowadays that's that reggaeton or whatever you call that, but Bad Bunny music. I don't know what that is anymore, dude.
But that's not.
That's not Tejano no more. That's something else.
Okay.
That's the way it's going.
This got me thinking about Kate Hudson, the actress.
Yeah.
The Kate Hudson, the actress. She is releasing her first album. By the way, she's in her mid-40s. She's 45 years old. She's releasing her first album. If you remember Kate Hudson from How to Lose a Guy from 10 Days, she was kind of the queen for a while of rom-coms. That's the thing. She got all upset in an interview the other day because she was talking about the fact that they told her when she was in her 30s that she was too old to be a pop star. And now she's in her 40s, never released an album. Now she's finally going to release something. That's the thing. Music is a young person's game. Look at rock music, dude. Who am I going to go see this weekend? Go see the Foo Fighters, right? Bunch of 55-year-old guys out there who are still the best at what they do. But the fact of the matter is that rock music between ages 20 and 40, the performers, there's just nothing there anymore. Same thing can be said about Tejano. Do they have big artists that can come by and sell out an arena or a theater? Yeah. But how old are those performers? What is the next generation of Tejano? Did Tejano, in fact, die
Somebody
when
said
Selena
it did.
died?
Look at this. Tejano has been dead since 2000. Mike thinks everyone's Spanish song is Tejano. Oh,
That's good.
man.
That's good.
If you hear that little boom, 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 what are you doing?
Oh, boom, boom,
If you're in
boom,
the crowd,
boom,
you're having a
boom,
good time, you're
boom,
at a festival,
boom,
and you hear the
boom,
accordion
boom.
drop, and you hear that bump, what are you doing? You're going the other way. Don't even lie. I already know you. You're like, where's that music coming from? Because I'm going the opposite direction.
You know what's so funny? I was at Market Square before the shooting.
Oh, God.
I was at Market Square for a fiesta with my two daughters, and they're like, "Oh, did you hate the Tejano music?" I tuned it out. Put AirPods on.
I'm
you know?
immune. No me pasa nada.
I don't know.
Oh,
I was more focused on getting the.
Come on, it doesn't get the foot to,
I was
do a little tap.
Frescas. No,
Boom,
dude.
boom, boom.
Does nothing
boom,
for
boom,
me, dude.
Boom. Come on.
Does nothing for me.
Come on.
No.
You got to move. The body moves a little bit. The shoulders,
No,
Get a little grito come out of you.
no,
Nothing.
no. Never
Doesn't
gonna
do
happen.
nothing for you.
Does nothing.
That's
for
the
me.
music of your gente, man.
That's does
Oh, God,
nothing
bro.
for me.
But Foo Fighters.
And all the songs end with chink chink.
Aye.
Yeah, but the Foo Fighters get me going, baby.
Foo Fighters. Killers.
Killers, baby.
Taylor Swift.
Hey, man. For the long drives, it is what it is.
Tejano is like country. It says Texas country. You have to be a Mexican from Texas to appreciate it. Well, that's true there.
No, but AB says he got the love in Las Vegas, man. Like, they loved
no
him there.
mames. That guy's a freaking mamon, dude. No, ese es mamon, vato. Come on.
He goes, I came all the way over here from Las Vegas, and I got the love over there. I was with Enrique, and I was with, naming all these. He was name dropping, celeb
Name
dropping
dropping,
names.
please, bro. Because you ain't nobody no more. All he does nowadays, you look at his Twitter, or not his Twitter, but the Insta, right?
Yeah.
He's taking pictures with all these famous people. Is it because you ain't famous, you have to take pictures with people who are just to keep your ass relevant?
Now, does he introduce
Like,
himself
damn, bro.
Does he introduce himself like, man, I'm Selena's brother?
Probably. They know who he is, dude. Looks like a fucking turtle out there, bro. Those stupid ass glasses. Somebody needs to slap that crap off his face, man. What the hell you doing, brother?
That's awesome.
He's wearing that little fedora sideways and everything with those stupid ass glasses. No.
What did he have in his mouth, man? What kind of silver did he have in his mouth?
I don't know,
Was it a
dude.
grill?
It was a fake grill. He has like 2 silver cap teeth, like one of them freaking, kids that have a whole grill of silver teeth.
Yeah.
The necios. No, come on.
Dude, I
man.
like the rant that you're going on right now. Keep going.
No, I'm
Keep
just saying,
going
he
on your
looks
AB
stupid.
rant. Keep
Yeah,
going.
the thing is he really part of the Hampton now? Nobody likes him. He one of us no more.
Is he USOA?
Not even, bro.
Am I more USOA
No,
than he
I
is?
think you and AB are probably in the same category now. They ain't gonna let you into the USOA. If you have to ask, that's why you ain't in it.
Who says that they got $50 on me taking on AB?
AB, oh God. Mike versus AB. I think AB would fold because you're intimidating. Remember, you said that. I'm intimidating. I'm like, no, Mike. Oh God, dude. You see, everybody likes us more when we just talk nonsense, dude.
Nonsense.
Just a bunch of nonsense. AB had a gum wrapper in his mouth. His fake ass grill. Bro, he looks dumb, man. All he is a bass player. You're a damn bass player, man. I think he does producing or something. What has he produced?
I'm gonna look him up, dude.
I'm just like, dude.
Dude, it is. You know what's so funny though, is that the way that family is glorified, you would think that they're Greg Popovich. Can't do anything wrong, dude.
Man.
Can't do anything wrong, dude. Can't do anything wrong.
Is it like the topic headline? Was it like,
Dude,
Mike's special
AB
fight-
is 60? AB is 60?
I love this, John C. Mike. Special fight move is called the walrus. He just jumps on you and sits on you until you pass out.
It's effective. You'd be surprised how effective that is.
The walrus.
If I get ask the Fiesta guy. Once I jumped
Wow.
once I got him on the floor and jumped on top, he couldn't get out. Couldn't get out.
Oh man. Sith.
Oh,
That's
Sith.
sacrilege,
Oh,
bro.
put it back up.
Oh man.
Sith coming out, and I did not say this.
He fell
says
on his own sword, bro.
Selena's music is overplayed respectfully. Sith.
Damn. You know Leja's gonna see that later on, Sith. Just letting you know, man.
Now let's talk about this real fast. Is there any truth to that, Joe? Any truth to that? Is Selena overplayed?
How is it overplayed? It gets the crowd going, dude.
It does, man.
Everybody loves Selena, man.
And that's the thing. I go to my daughter's, when my daughter was in elementary school, they'd have the school dances. They'd play all this pop music, and no one would care. But Selena music would come on. Kids and their parents would go onto the dance floor. It's timeless.
AB will crack a bass on Mike.
I don't know, man. I didn't realize AB's 60 years old, man.
Is he 60 years old?
60 years old.
That brother's trying hard to be young, man. He's like trying to hang on to the last strand. He looks dumb.
I
dude.
enjoyed his rant, though. I enjoyed his rant, and that 5.5 minute long video, loved it.
Dude, how long was
wonderful.
that? How long was his rant? It was like 12 minutes,
It was
right?
like watching a train wreck, and he had the camera like right there. Like he wasn't standing off in the distance. He had it right there, and then he takes it down. That's what I'm pissed off about. He took down that video. Dude, stand by your words, man. Was it a bipolar episode or not?
Look at every HEB, every Mexican restaurant play some Grupo Mas or something. I don't want to hear bitty bitty bam bam while I eat tacos. You know what's funny though? Now that we're getting older, right? And you go to the HEB,
Yeah.
and you're in there. You're of that certain age now where you're going down the aisle with your cart, and you're like, damn, you
Yeah.
play some bangers now.
They are playing bangers. Dude, I was at an Italian restaurant the other day, and I realized I hate the fact that I go to Italian restaurants and they're playing Sinatra.
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
Dude, enough of it, man.
How is that Italian, bro?
Dude, that's 70 years old.
Like I don't know,
let's change the music up a little bit. But you know what? 25 years from now, 30 years from now, Selena's music, Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb and all that,
it's still gonna be going strong
because it
bro.
was so good. It was
It's good
it was
stuff,
ahead of
man.
its time. That's what it was. That's why it seems current now, is because it was ahead of its time back then.
It's good. It's good music, man.
John C. reaches out and says, it's a banger when you're moving your hips while you push your cart.
No lies detected, man. Because you'll be hearing some stuff sometimes at that HEB that you ain't heard in years, bro.
Yeah.
You're just walking, you're like, what?
And it's always this obscure,
Obscure music, man.
it's like, because I love you.
I'm like,
what the
hell?
heck? My heart's an open door.
You're over here looking at a package of meat or something, and you're like, Mike getting down trying to get some toilet paper. Oh,
Doing the What Is Love.
oh God,
hat
bro.
away?
No, man. Bro, watch Sopranos. They play Sinatra in his restaurants. Shout out to
brutal.
Sith Elias for agreeing with me. Damn, it's been 30 years, still going strong. Yes, we old. I'm telling you, man. Hey, but let's get some love real quick to our boy, Chris Leha from MCS General Contracting. If you want it done right the first time,
Diamond Hard.
and you want that diamond hard concrete laid out for you, you call my boy Chris. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. God, look at this comment. This has me dying, bro. Did I hear some Johnny B in aisle 7? Well, you're at the HEB. Damn it. Look, clip my take and tag Leha. I'll double down. Man, Sith, this boy he's wild, dude. He puts ketchup on everything, too, man.
Yeah.
You put a nice French steak like the one that Jeff had, he'd put ketchup on that sucker, dude. Like, come on, man.
I'm actually kind of surprised that someone got the fact that I was singing Johnny B, dude.
Oh, God. Look at Hooper Flash. Some Leon Rhymes will do that to me while I'm at HEB. I'm telling you, man, it comes out of nowhere. You're just at HEB pushing the cart, and you'll be like, whoa.
And what if it's like a female singer singing? Like I was at HEB the other day, and it was like, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, no good.
You know what HEB needs to do? They just need to embrace that, right? And just have like a DJ. And you could just send requests while you're shopping.
Dude,
you know?
it's funny. I went to New York to go visit some family a while back, and I was it off of Broadway?
Yeah.
You know, those nice places. You go in those shops are there. They got a DJ spinning.
Oh,
while
man,
people are
yeah.
getting dressed. That's awesome.
They need to do that at HEB. Can you imagine,
That's
dude?
awesome.
You're shopping and you can text in your request. Text your request to 1211, you know?
Sydney Sweeney, Ana de Armas.
Nice, bro. I know you're going to be watching that. I want to watch it in the IMAX. Demon Mike in 3D.
With my phone out.
I can already
Recording.
see you be reaching out there. What are you doing? What are you grabbing, Mike? What are you doing?
What in the Pee Wee Herman are you doing, sir?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Well, fellas, it is 11:40. Gonna have to call it a day. Hope everyone has a happy hump day. Hit the like button on the way out. Buy us a coffee if you'd like. And like, subscribe, share it. Again, we are 858. The goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of summer. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Thank you for all the Eggers watching it. We got to think of a nickname.
Dude, they have their
Eggers.
own theme song now. Did you see that? Jeff
Yeah.
Garcia put it out.
We need a name. You're right. We need a name for
man.
our people.
Maybe we'll talk about it when we're on lunch on Thursday. We have to think about some names, some
Yeah.
nicknames. What are we going to call our peoples?
The Necios?
I like the Necios, man, but it needs something like a little punch.
Yeah.
Needs a punch. Got to think of it. It'll come to us. Somebody will either recommend it in the chat or we'll be live on air and all of a sudden we'll be like, that's it. You know?
Sam Salinas, dedications to the DJ at AGB. Quote, this one goes out to the single mom in aisle 5 from the guy who made eyes at you in aisle 3. Did you see, by the way, this reminds me, Ocho Cinco, and I don't know if this is an old thing, but Ocho Cinco was on, he was on, what's that show that he's on with Sharp?
Ocho Cinco and Sharp?
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp?
Yeah.
You're talking about what is it called? Shay Shay.
Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
He was on Club Shay Shay. Ocho Cinco had this whole thing where he was talking about the fact that he only dates single moms.
Oh, God, dude.
And he goes, single moms have structure. They have, we'll play this tomorrow, dude.
Yeah,
Remind
we
me
got to
about
play
this.
that, man.
He was like, they have structure. And he goes, they have Capri Sun when you're done banging them.
He wants to be taken care of like a kid, man. Come on.
Let's remember that one. We'll put that in. It'll be
man.
Demon Mike tomorrow when it comes to it. Everyone have a fantastic day. We'll be back tomorrow. This is the Alamo City Sportscast. We appreciate all of you guys. See you tomorrow.
Laters.